We said at the top, looking at the past debates of each candidate really can give a good indication of what tomorrow's debate might bring. So let's bring in News Nation's Robert Sherman. He is following that part of our team coverage live from Philadelphia. So Robert, what can we expect tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the thing, Nichole, is that while we have not seen Vice President Kamala Harris and the former president go toe-to-toe on the debate stage, we have seen them on the debate stage many times in the past. We have a bit of a better idea of what their styles are like. Here's two moments that we'd like to share with you. One was from former President Trump's debate with President Biden just a few months ago. The other, Vice President Kamala Harris's debate with then Vice President Mike Pence 4 years ago. Take a look at these.
I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
This is important.
Susan,
I want to add, but Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Two separate moments that really made waves in their respective debates. On the one hand, you saw the former president being more disciplined while debating President Biden. And then on the other hand, you saw Vice President Kamala Harris being respectful with Vice President Mike Pence, but also being assertive. Both of those moments really making waves in the political ecosystem here. But this could all look very different because you have two different candidates now. On the one hand, former President Donald Trump not debating a gaffe-prone candidate who can sometimes tie himself in knots. And on the other hand, Vice President Kamala Harris not going up against the more reserved Hoosier in Vice President Mike Pence. So some similarities. We've seen the strategies that they both go for, but two very different candidates that they're going to be squaring off against this go-round. Nichole?
Oh, yeah, so there's things that we know based on the past. There's things we don't know because it's the future. So, Robert, let's look at the present. What is happening right now as these two campaigns prepare?
Well, we know that Vice President Kamala Harris has spent the weekend in Pittsburgh going through her debate prep, and she made a couple of public appearances around the city as well. And one of the things that we know about her debate prep is that really focused on watching the tape, focusing on what former President Donald Trump has said in these last couple of debates, trying to anticipate the attacks that are going to be coming her way. On the other hand, for the former president, and listening to the support of Tulsi Gabbard, former congresswoman from Hawaii, reportedly, you may recall just a few years ago in the 2019 Democratic debate, she went on offense against Kamala Harris. This was that moment. Take a look.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
So we know that's a focus of the Trump campaign, finding ways to turn the conversation around, pivot, and then hit their opponent, in this case, Vice President Kamala Harris, on the issues. How all these strategies play out tomorrow, we'll have to wait and see. Nichole?
Yes, we will. All right, Robert Sherman live for us there in Philadelphia. Robert, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.